Hello again and welcome to another Mordian Mondays. This is episode number 40, the big 40. Now, if you are joining us for the first time on Mordian Mondays, this is a much more relaxed format, very much off the cuff, stream of consciousness, where I talk about what hobbying things I've been doing this week, YouTube stuff, general life, commentary, and it's just a good video to put on whilst you're doing some painting and just have some noise in the background. So if that's what you're here for, absolutely fantastic. However, for you tactics boffins out there as well, I do often go into quite a lot of tactics in these videos as well, but it's a little bit more of a throwing some ideas around, throwing stuff at the wall, see what can stick. But there's some nuggets in there, so it's definitely much a video that is for everyone. So what have I been working on today? Let's get into the hobbying and the painting and the YouTube stuff. You know what, actually, let's do the YouTube stuff first. So you've probably noticed, if you've been following the channel for a while, that over the last week, my channel has changed its look quite drastically. And I've gone for a consistent styling across the channel now. So we're going for this whole sort of black and white, clean and crisp, minimalist motif throughout the whole thing. That's duplicated on the Facebook page as well. Now the reason I've done that is because I think it's time to take the channel to the next level. I have a lot of really dedicated supporters out there, which I'm really grateful for. And many of those supporters are also Patreon supporters, extremely generous folks. And I am almost paranoid about how conscious I am about getting the Patreon money, because I want to make sure that I'm using it for the right stuff. I don't want people giving me money and me just abusing it. That's just not what it's there for. It's there for the channel. And I thought it's time to really start investing some of that money and taking the channel to the next level and making the whole thing look a bit more professional. You see, I absolutely love the community pictures, and I'm going to still be using those in my posts going forward. But what I need to do, the only problem with having community pictures is that if I don't then do custom thumbnails for my videos, then it tends to look a bit like I've got random pictures as my videos, and it's not as good. So I want to keep using the pictures, but I also want the channel to look more professional. So one of the big pushes that I'm doing with the update is I'm going for consistent thumbnail styling. So even with this Mordian Mondays one, where I've got my camera and I've got my light book, so I try and make the pictures look as good as possible. Even with this, no, we're going to have consistent thumbnails, so I've got a custom one for the Mordian Mondays as well. And so that's all it really is about, guys. So I know some people were really concerned about me losing the community pictures. No, not at all. I'm definitely going to keep using them. I love those community pictures. And I just wanted to make sure that the initial first impressions that people got when they see one of my videos or when they click on my channel, that they see is, wow, look at this, it's consistent, it's black and white, it's crisp, it's really clean, and there's consistent styling in the thumbnails, the logo, and the channel art. So that's what it was all about. And I've done the same thing on the Facebook and the Instagram as well. It's like I said, it's just to be a little bit more professional. So that's it. Don't want to lay the point anymore. There you go. Please let me know what you think about the styling. I know lots of people have already given me really good feedback on the first video that I did, but as much feedback as you can give, I'm taking it all on board. I'm considering it all. Some changes I've already made. So when I was doing some initial sort of displays on Facebook, I put some things up there for people to tell me what they thought. I took that feedback into account. So the intro, with the smoke and the Mordian Glory logo coming out, that was picked by Facebook supporters. There was another one which was a bit more rock and roll, but it was a bit more dirty, a bit more grungy, whereas this one looked a bit more sleek and fit in with the design. So I agreed with what people were saying in the comments there, so I used it. Likewise on the thumbnail, the Mordian Glory, the Mordian face did have a white box as an outline, and somebody suggested, if you get rid of that white box, it'll look better. And I did it, and I thought, that does look way better. So I am taking your feedback into account. I'm not doing everything, but if someone points something out and I go, that is a great idea, then I'll use it. And you can have, the great thing about this is that you guys can have an active say in how you want this channel to come across and to look. And so that's why I'm keeping the community picks. Overwhelmingly, people said, yeah, we like the new style, but we want those community picks. You know what? you've got them. You don't want that white box around the face, you know what, I agree, you've got them. You know, it's all that stuff that I'm taking into account. You prefer that intro, you've got it. Now, one thing that I would really appreciate, guys, is what do people think of the outro? Now, I've gone for the outro. I've gone for a real sort of grim, dark. It's only 10 seconds, but I've gone for a real sort of imperial vibe with that outro. So if you've got a second, even if you just want to skip to the end of this video, you're not interested in the rest of it, skip to the end and tell me what you think about the last 10 seconds. I've tried to make it feel quite dark and imperial. So, that's the YouTube stuff. I know some people, I've had one or two comments say it's a little too simplistic. I get it. And I have actually, again, already made changes to the banner art so that it used to just say Duty and Honour, and now it's got the 2 crossed swords on either end. And yeah, I have. Some people have said, well, when you've got the pitch and the black background, look a bit, it could do maybe some effects around that. I'm looking into how to do that. I'll be honest, I'm learning all this. I'm learning how to remove backgrounds and how to flip images and all this kind of stuff and how to build these proper banners and everything. I'm learning it all, so it might take me a little while to bring all the effects in. But the really good thing about what we've got at the moment is it's the consistency, but also it's something I can really build upon. If we end up putting some edging around thumbnails, absolutely fine. If we end up adding some smoky effects or making it a bit more flashy, absolutely fine. Any suggestions in that regard on how you think, do you think I should keep it the simplistic styling that I'm going for, keep that crisp cleanness, or if you think we should have some lasers flying all over the place, let me know. So that's all I want to say about the YouTube stuff. I've actually gone on about it for way longer than I wanted to. I only want to stay a couple of minutes. We're already 7 minutes into the bloody video, just waffling on. But this is the nature of Mordian Mondays. It's just a stream of consciousness. It's all over. If I had a webcam right now, you'd be seeing me just gesticulating with my arms all over the place. I almost said gestating. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me have a slug of the best drink in the world, Iron Brew. And now, let's get on with some of the hobbying stuff. So, I was taking part in a painting challenge on the bolter and chainsword, and basically the nature of the challenge was you had a few weeks to put together a detachment and then get it completely painted. And so I was originally going to vow a battalion of scions because I was allowed to include an Inquisitor, but then I got a little giddy and painted my Inquisitor before I'd submitted my vow to the bolter and chainsword. So then I had to drop it down to a patrol, which was a bit unfortunate. So I painted, but by having a patrol, I did a Tempesta Prime, and I did the and 2 squads. And you guys have seen me get those painted up over the last couple of weeks. But what I did was I did all the basing and stuff for that now. So they're completed. That means in my assault corps, which is the 3rd platoon of the Mordian 50th Rifles, which is all the stormtroopers, we're now up to 5 squads with 5 men in each one. Fully painted, fully based, the whole shebang. Now, there's a couple of bits I want to mention about the models that are painted for the assault corps. The prime that you can see on your screens now, a couple of custom bits that I did on him. So his plasma pistol hand actually is meant to have a hotshot las pistol in it, but the model that was given to me by one of my supporters had that hand missing. So I put a plasma pistol on it, and I think it looks really good. That plasma pistol is just from the Scion kit, unless in case you're wondering. And the base, if you see, he's standing on a grey stone. That's not part of the model. That doesn't come with it. Unlike the Kazakin Sergeant, which does actually come with a grey stone to stand on. This one didn't. What happened is when I glued this guy into his base, he was raised up, and I couldn't get him to go in any further, no matter how hard I tried. So what I did is I got some milliput, and I actually made a stone. I pushed it under, and I got my hobby knife, and I made some ridges in it. And I just made a stone, and then I just painted it grey and washed it in Northern oil. And it actually looks really good. He does look like he's standing on a stone. And that was, I'm getting better with this milliput stuff, guys. I mean, it's not perfect. And as you can see up close and personal, you can kind of see it's just some stuff that has been wedged under his foot. But from a distance, it does look, it looks fairly acceptable. Now, the second thing that I have been working on was a squad of guard infantry. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going back over the infantry squads of 1st Platoon and bringing them up to the standards of 2nd Platoon. You see, when I started the Great Mordian Restoration Project, I didn't do anything like edge highlighting or dry brushing, and what that meant is that the models looked good, but they were really dark. So if you can see some of these on these side-by-side comparisons, what I've done is I've done some edge highlighting on the blue and the green. Now I haven't done it on the silver, because the silver's already pretty bright, and I haven't done it on the brown for the equipment pouches, but I have done it on the green and the blue, and I think that's just right, because I don't want the models to look a bit too Tron, a bit too cartoony. I don't want them to look like that, but I do want them to be brighter. So that's what I think fairly successfully managed to achieve. Now I did that starting on 2nd Platoon. It's actually the first squad of 2nd Platoon was also done without edges and highlights. I'll have to go back. But all of 1st Platoon needs redoing. Now in 1st Platoon, I've got my 6 infantry squads, my veterans, and my auxiliary and my officers. And what I was able to get done was the commanders of 1st Platoon. So that is the company commander with the bolter, the platoon commander with the power sword and las pistol, the Lord Commissar with bolter, and the priest. Now on this picture here, I actually did a little bit more work on the priest since this was taken, and he actually has hazard stripes on his chainsword now, and that's something that I will be consistently going forward and including on all the chainswords in the army going forward. I just love hazard stripes. I think they look really, really cool. So that's so I've done one of the infantry squads, and this one's got a las cannon and a grenade launcher, and that's the first squad of 1st Platoon that's been brought up. Now I have actually these pictures were taken a couple of days ago, and I have actually also got another squad for 1st Platoon done as well. So that one has a missile launcher and a grenade launcher. So we're actually 2 squads in of redoing 1st Platoon. So I can get about 2 squads done in a week, which is really cool, because all I'm doing is edge highlighting and doing them up a little bit. Also filling in the cracks on the bases. I know a lot of you were really frustrated with the fact that my bases on my slaughter bases had big gaps in them. I'm filling in all those as well, and I'm adding the little red grass. So second squad's done as well. I'm on 3rd squad at the moment, which will be a Cajun one, and after that I've got 3 more metal Mordian squads. So then the Ogrins and the veterans, but I can get about 2 units done in a week. So if we take that into account, I've done 2 squads already for 1st Platoon. I've got 4 more, so that's 2 more weeks, and then I've got the veterans and the heavy weapon team, which will be another 2 weeks, and then I've got the Ogrins, and I reckon the Ogrins will take a surprising amount of time. I reckon they'll take 2 weeks, but well, maybe not. We'll see how it comes together. I've got to do all the milli putting and everything as well for the slaughter bases, so it might take a little bit longer. But I'm thinking that I will be able to get most of this done, 1st Platoon done, by mid-May. I reckon by mid-May. And that's really good, because sorry to bring the real world into it for a second, but the UK lockdown surrounding coronavirus is expected to end about then. So hopefully, when the lockdown ends, I'll be able to come out and I'll have a full 2,000 point army, fully painted to the highest of standards, to be used in battle reports, and we can just come out and we can hit the ground running. So that's what I'm hoping for, guys. Now, I'm saying I'm getting 2 squads done in a week, but I have been doing that whilst also doing loads of YouTube stuff as well. So it is possible I might get even more than that done, and I could get, if I really knuckle down and get loads and loads of hobbying done, I might get it done way sooner than I thought. I might get it done in just a couple of weeks, just get everything smashed out in 2 weeks. Could be possible, not sure yet. So there we go, guys. So there we go, guys. That's all the hobbying and the YouTube stuff. Only last thing to say about videos for this week that I've got planned to do. Obviously, I've got the Mordian Mondays, and then I have the next video in the Militarm Tempestus Scion Tactics series. That will be covering the Iotan Dragons, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And then I've got a couple of ideas around doing a Know Thy Foe video, just speaking about some general points to know about when you're facing Genestealer Cult, because I know Genestealer Cult are a fairly rare army, but they are really tricksy, and if you're a new Imperial Guard commander and you haven't faced them before, they can really catch you off guard. And what I actually tend to find is Genestealer Cult win games against people that don't know how to deal with them, and they lose games against people who are ready for them. So if I can, help my fellow Guard commanders avoid those initial hard lessons, then that would be great. And I'm also thinking of doing a video talking about how much infantry do you really want in your hybrid Guard force, because a lot of people I don't personally feel take enough. So let me know what you'd like to see. If you've got any other ideas for videos that you want me to do, I will do. I think I promised someone that I was going to do a Death Strike tactics video. If I don't do it this week, it will be next week, you mad bastard. But yes, finally, after what must be years of this guy just asking me to do a Death Strike tactics video, I'll do it. Whatever. It'll be like 10 seconds long, and it'll be, welcome, it's shit, there you go, goodbye. I'll try and actually maintain a level of professionalism. That's what I've kind of dedicated myself to with the channel name, the army choice, and the new channel style. But I just don't want to do the Death Strike Tactics video because it's just such a terrible unit. Anyway, without further ado, let's wrap it up, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know I haven't really talked about any tactics this week. It's kind of because I haven't really been able to play any games for the last, month and a bit now. So I've not been able to try any sort of things out with the models that I've been painting. I have loads of other tactics videos I can do, but I think I'm going to keep the tactics to the tactics videos just for this week. And then when I've got more, when the lockdown's over, we can go back and try out some new wacky, crazy things. Because I don't like to just do theory tactics. I like to try something out and then report it in a Mordian Mondays. Hey, I tried this crazy thing out and it worked. So there we go. Yeah, that'll do for this week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please leave lots of comments, loads of feedback. Let me know what you think about the new style, and do you like this way I'll do it in Mordian Mondays, where it's just all over the place, or do you like it where I am precise, clean, and tidy? Let me know what you prefer down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.